Hey everybody, I had a total meltdown today, and actually I've been trying to record this video. It's been like 4 times already, and like each time that I was testing it, it would work, and then when I actually made the 10-minute long video, it wasn't working. So I was like, I don't know if the universe was trying to tell me something, but I'm kind of determined to tell the story because I think it's important. It's important for me, at least. I had a friend do something really, really nice for me today, and I interpreted it. It's not that I interpreted her actions as such, but there was an association with it that made me really upset and brought up a lot of stuff for me. And I want to talk about that. Right now on Facebook, there's a lot of people who are doing this thing where you take a picture that has like a bunch of different images of little characters in it, and then you label them, you tag your friends in them. So like there are the different characters, like the villain or the hero or blah blah blah. Anyhow, so my friend tagged me in the photo, and I'm looking down the characters, and I finally find mine, and it actually says best friends, which was like very, very, very sweet. Like she really is one of my best friends, and I could talk to her about anything. And it was really, really awesome that she did that, and really, really sweet. This is the catch. The picture that was associated with the best friends tag this was like a Disney themed one, and it was 2 characters from The Lion King, and this was the meerkat and the warthog. And my rational mind was like thanking her and saying, oh, how's, you know, the warm fuzzy feeling. But then there was this other part of my mind that saw my name and saw a picture of a pig, and that kind of mortified me. And of course I saw myself as the pig character and not the little meerkat, because I've been programmed to think that way. I mean, it was so many years that I was tormented in school and teased, and I wasn't even fat as a kid, really. I was like a few pounds overweight, but I gained most of my weight in my 20s. But I was still like, I wasn't the skinny kid or whatever. I was tagged as the fat kid, and I got it from peers at school, and I got it from my sisters at home. And I actually remembered this book that we had as kids, and it was of all different kinds of animals. Animals that walk, animals that fly, blah blah blah. And there was like the beautiful animal, like the peacock, right? And then there's like the ugly animal, which was the warthog. And I remember when my sister was telling me that I was the warthog. And all those years of being called like the pig at school, and like, you know, I think I internalized it so much that it's how I see myself, and so I guess I assume the rest of the world sees me the same way. And it was really, really upsetting. And the most upsetting part about it was not only the fact that at the age of 34, you know, I'm still thinking this way, but the worst part of it was that this was something that my beautiful, wonderful friend did for me as something really, really nice. And all these years of like self-abuse hypnosis or whatever, whether it be internally or coming from external sources, it was like I saw that, and it was like this like thing that I couldn't help but focus on, and it was extremely upsetting, and it made me realize a lot of things. And the fact that I couldn't deal with it in the ways that I used to deal with it, i.e., you know, scarfing down, you know, a bunch of takeout, it made it really, really difficult because I had to sit with that feeling, you know, and it was upsetting. And I really probably would rather have just drowned it out with something, with like anything, just like, you know, to not have to think about that, and to not have to think about like that. That was like the realization of, this is really how I see myself, and I know that's how I see myself. Um, you know, it's funny because I think I can accept compliments quite graciously, but yeah, I don't really believe them. I mean, I could be, you know, somebody could say something nice, and I could say, oh, well, you know, thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet, you know. But I don't really believe what they're saying. You know, I think like somebody's being nice, but I don't really see myself in that way. So I can't imagine anybody else thinking that way really about me either. And that's crappy. You know, I don't want to be like that. I was talking to a couple of my friends about this, and they suggested that I start doing these like positive mantras, you know, in the morning when you say how wonderful you are in front of the mirror. But like would have to think of what to say, because I don't know. And it's funny because I think I can take like a good picture of myself, but I don't see that as looking good myself. I see that as, okay, well, maybe I'm good with the camera and I can do some good stuff with makeup, because like even at like, you know, heavier than I am now, I could still take a decent picture of myself, and a picture that maybe didn't look like me. And it's sort of like, it gives you this feeling that, yeah, I can make this representation of myself, but it's not really me, and it's not a good representation of me, because if somebody saw that and then saw me, they would think I looked nothing like it, you know? And so I might think the picture looks okay, but that's not how I really am, you know? And it's really weird. And I'm glad that I don't have food to rely on anymore, because I don't think I've ever really, really dealt with these feelings before. I would just stifle them some way or another. Like, you know, order $50 worth of Chinese food, or, you know, a whole bunch of sushi, or pizza, and like, you know, fried chicken or something, like, you know, and then just like eat it and become comatose and not deal with any of it. And I think this was the longest time that I've sort of been uncomfortable, like sitting in myself, uncomfortable with how I'm feeling about myself. But it's good, because I think it's the first place where I can move forward from it. At the same time, I also did get some more estrogen patches. This is part of my surgeon's prescriptions that he gives out, is estrogen patches, because your estrogen does drop as you're losing weight. And I had crazy weight loss last week. I mean, this week is going to be different. I'm not gonna lose anything this week, but that drop, it really affects you emotionally. And I noticed it right after surgery, and then things kind of leveled off for a bit, and I stopped using it because I was like, well, I don't feel like I need it right now. But let me tell you, like, yesterday was also not such a great day, and then today, and then I saw that thing, and I was just like, it was, and I feel so terrible that it made such a huge impression on me, that it was just some silly thing like that, you know? And I should have only seen the good thing in it, but, you know, history, you know, hormone fluctuations, the fact that there hasn't been, like, sunlight in the sky for, like, the past few days, all working together to make a big blah. And, you know, I hope it's over soon. I think it will be. I think the realization, like, at least realizing and doing something different about it, I think that should help a lot. And I want to say, like, having this community here on YouTube to talk to and to get feedback from you guys is amazing, because I know we've all gone through similar things. You know, we've all been, you know, the fat person, or we've all, like, walked into a room and looked around and been, like, judging to see if we're, like, the biggest person there. And I know that you guys can identify with me and, like, maybe give me a little bit of guidance, or at least some camaraderie in this. So I'm really, really glad that to be part of this community and to have you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you. That's it. I'm hoping to move on from here.